Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya, abhiravirmayeti, rudrajate dakshinam mukham, tinamam pahi nityam, om shanti shanti shanti. Lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, lead us from death to immortality, light us through and guide us evermore with thy loving presence. Peace, 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 people. As I told you, we are observing Krishna's festival. This morning I shall talk to you about the thoughts on the Gita, part 57. We are studying Dhyana Yoga, the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, chapter on meditation. These teachings of the Gita are given by Krishna to Arjuna maybe 3000 years ago. Still those teachings are very fresh. Truth never changes. Although these teachings are given 3000 years ago, still they are effective. They are applicable to our day-to-day life. That is the reason I started this series of the Gita. Whether the teachings have any value due to the lapse of these thousands of years, they are still very effective. Second, we have so many gurus and around us, but if we get Krishna as our guru, how wonderful it will be. People do not go to quack doctors, they go to the specialists, best doctors in town, because they have faith in the doctor. This doctor will not do any harm to me. That is the reason we go to the best doctors in town. So Krishna is the Parama Guru, supreme doctor. Sometimes people say that, why should I meditate? What will it do to me? One of our Swamis asked a student, do you meditate? No, it is misuse of time. I do my class study and I do not want to neglect my study. The Swami replied, look, if you meditate, your mind will be very calm and one-pointed. With that one-pointed mind, you will be able to finish your study very quickly. Moreover, it will give you good understanding. Your mind will be able to go in the deeper recess, in the inner part of the body, and then you will be able to see better. Your understanding will be better. Your conviction will be better. Your power of retention will increase. These are the effects of meditation. Moreover, if you meditate, you will know God. Upanishad says, if you know God, you know everything. Some people say that I sit in the shrine every morning and evening, but I do not get anything. Just, do you know what? You bought some dumbbells and barbells in your home, but you do not do exercise. What good is this dumbbell and barbells? Some buy some musical instruments, sitar, estraj. They're hanging, they're showing that, look, I have all these instruments, but you do not play, you do not make any effort to learn music. So it does not work. You will have to make effort. You will have to follow your Guru's instruction. Another thing, the value of meditation. If you have disease in your body, what do you go? What do you do? You do not stay in your house, you go to a doctor. Please remove this pain, suffering, misery from my body. And the doctor will give you medicine and you are cured. Similarly, we have various kinds of mental disease. So many mentally ill people we find in this world nowadays, depressed, various kinds of mental problems. As a result, we do not have any peace, happiness. Some people try to get rid of these mental problems through drug, through alcohol. They want to forget. It does not work. Temporarily you may forget the world, but again that pain and suffering will come back. There are three kinds of impurities develop in human mind. First, from the very beginning of our life, we have ignorance. That is the first impurity. Second, impurities come through our actions. Through actions, what do we achieve in our life? Janma, Ayu, Bhoga. Passion, various kinds of desires. And those desires, when we fulfill, our activities create, as I said, three kinds of problems. First, it brings us back again and again to this world. Janma, Ayu. This karma determines how long we shall live in this world. Third, Bhoga, how much happiness and misery we shall encounter in this particular life. All depends upon our past karma. Where you will be born, how long you will live in this world, and how much happiness and misery you will get in this world. It depends all by your past karma. Next is Maikma. Maikma means this ignorance covered our Atman, so we cannot see it. We are carrying God all the time. So meditation helps us to remove all these obstacles from our life, which is very important. In my last talk, I told you about 10 instructions of Krishna pertaining to the body. Part of that we shall going to discuss today. 10 instructions. First, meditate in a solitary place. Second, alone. Meditate alone. Third, that place should be very clean and pure. And you should have right kind of asana, seat. That we are going to talk today. How to sit? Your head, your neck, and the backbone, it should be straight. Where will you keep your focus? Tip of your nose, Krishna says, or between the eyebrows. Next, don't look here and there at that time. Some people's eyes move. About food, don't eat too much, don't fast also, don't sleep too much, don't keep awake all the time. Too much activity is also no good. Means moderate food, moderate rest, moderate activities. These are the 10 instructions pertaining to the body. For the mind, meditate like the unflickering lamp of a oil, of a flame, of a lamp. That is Krishna's instruction. Jatha Deepo Nivatostho. In a windless place, the unflickering flame of a lamp. Your mind also should be like that. Then, control the senses through the mind. Make your mind desireless. Mind is very restless. Learn how to draw the mind from the sense objects. Finally, do not think. Swami, what do you mean? Do not think? Vedanta says, Manohi amoni bhave dvaito na upalabhyati. The moment the mind becomes mindless, the duality vanishes. How to make the mind mindless? There is so much joy if you can make the mind mindless. Not so easy. Now we shall start the Gita. Verse 11. Shucho deshe pratishthapyo sthiram asanam atmanah natu shritam nati nicham chuilajina kushuttaram. Having established his or her seat in a clean spot, firm, neither too high nor too low, and made of a cloth, a skin, and kusho grass arranged consecutively. Shucho deshe, pure spot, clean place. That is the reason in India we always keep our shrine very clean. We do not go in the shrine with shoes, because with shoes we go outside, dirt, various things may go to the shrine. Shrine must be clean. Decorate the shrine with flowers, burn incense, light the candle, play some music, create a beautiful atmosphere in the shrine. It will bring you mood for meditation, mood, bhava, that is extremely important. I sometimes go with some people who are very rich. They have big homes, family room, TV room, so many rooms, but no room for God. Even in India, poor family, you will find in the corner of the room they have a little asana for Lakshmi or Ganesha or some deities. God first, then the world. Sometimes I say those spots are the resting place when you are extremely troubled. Agony, too much anxiety, go to the shrine. Just sit in front of your beloved God or deity. Lord, what shall I do? Just open your heart to God. Shrine is extremely important. I sometimes tell people, those who come for interview, set up a shrine. We do not care for Sunday religion. Only Sundays I go to the church, that is not enough. Shrine. Buy good books, good pictures. Shucho Deshi. Sometimes Swami Vivekananda was very particular in the monastery about the beds, cleanliness of the room of the monasteries. Your bed sheet, bed pillow should be clean, should not be any bad odor, because you meditate. Sometimes I ask people, keep some good pictures in your room. They create vibration. Holy pictures. Sri Ramakrishna used to teach, if you keep pictures of Queen Victoria or any some political leaders or movie actors, actresses, you will get that kind of vibes. Sthiram ashanam atmana. Sit steadily. Steadiness is extremely important. There are 9 kinds of obstacles to meditation according to Patanjali. Some people do not know how to sit. Some people will see them move their legs, their knees, body is moving. That is a kind of disease according to Patanjali. Asana. Sometimes I ask people, do you know how to steady the mind? Do you know what? Only 5 minutes you work. 5 minutes. Hold the mind and say, I shall just think this only one thing only. I won't bring any other thoughts. That you can do through breathing. Let me give an example, you will understand. Suppose I am practicing, I am Brahman. Then I stop breathing. Hold, I am Brahman. Only that is the Vedantic way to meditate. Only one breath, one thought wave will come in succession. No other thought will come in between. I am Brahman, not necessarily I am Chetanananda, I am a Swami, I am this, I am that. Only one thought. Succession, one after another. Within 4-5 minutes, if you can hold one thought, your mind will come. You will not have to fight hours, just 5 minutes. Fight. I remember when we were in school, in our high school, there is a ceiling fan. So we had some game, we have to how to stop the fan. I remember the fan was moving, we used to put hand and the blade will pat over the hand, and then fan stops. Then remove the hand, again fan moves. So by force we stop the fan. It was a play for the children. Similarly, if you hold the mind sthiram, it will be calm. Next, ashanam atmana, asana, seat. Seat is very important. Sometimes I make jokes. Some people have a rocky chair, no good for meditation. Lazy boy chair, not good for meditation. I remember I used to tease one devotee in St. You want to realize God reclining on lazy boy chair, smoking cigarette, drinking coffee, watching TV. That is the way you want to call it. Exactly, Swami. That is the way I want to call it. So that is the way. Asana. If you see Buddha, what is called Krishna's, Shiva's sitting posture, did you notice it? Padmasana. Lotus posture. Do you know why? That is the way they lock their knees. So the body will not move. Padmasana samantat stutamamaraganir bhakakritim vasana. Padmasana. But you see, in the Western people, it is very difficult to sit cross-legged. Do you know why? Because they are not accustomed. From the childhood, they are accustomed to sit on the chairs. In India, we are accustomed to sit cross-legged on the floor. So, Patanjali says, Sthira Sukham Asanam. Sit on that posture which is comfortable for you. If a couch is good for you, hanging your legs, fine. Meditate on that kind of asana. Nowadays, so many asanas are in the market, meditation cushion, samadhi cushion, there are so many cushions are available in the market now. About asana, which is comfortable for you so that you will not have to move your legs again and again, that is your asana. Don't try to imitate other person who can sit cross-legged. Do you know what? Your mind will be only on the pain of your knees, not on God. Main thing is, where is your mind? Shichodeshe swadhyam adhyana shuddha sthane. Shichodeshe pratishthatva sthiram asanam apana. Natu shitam nati nicham choila jina kushottara. But as Krishna never traveled America, so he does not know all these things anyhow. He is talking about the seat should not be too low or too high. Too low means if the meditation, you are meditating in a low place, perhaps water may come, overflow from somewhere, or if it is too high, that is also dangerous. You may fall. I remember I used to, when I was in Belmont, I used to meditate on the bank of the Ganges. And there is a called, some kind of round, it is the embankment of the Ganges so that our bank will not break. So they have some concrete bank around there. So there are some round pillars are there, very nice, cemented. So I used to sit there, especially in summertime, which is very beautiful. The Ganges breeze will come and just meditate facing the east. So I used to calculate, well, if I get samadhi in my meditation, what will happen? If I make a mistake, I may fall into the Ganges, quite deep. So I used to calculate, if I may get samadhi, I shall not fall. I would calculate that middle of the place I used to sit. Anyhow. Asana. Your asana must be used by you, not others. Choilo jina kushotram. Choilo jina kusho. In India, sometimes they make asana with kusho grass. Over that kusho grass, put a skin. Not all kinds of skin. Okay? Deer skin or lamb skin. Tiger skin. Tiger is a very rajasic animal. You will feel rajas. Or what is called buffalo skin or other, they are very tamas. Among the animals also, there are some animals are sattvic, some animals are rajasic, some animals are tamasic. Among the animals also, they have degradation, like human beings. Very sattvic nature, tamasic nature, rajasic nature. So, chuilu means deer skin. Deer is a very sattvic animal. And above that, cloth. Means you are very comfortable. Sometimes if you sit on a cement floor, it is not very comfortable. That is the reason we put all the cushions, so that you can feel comfortable. I remember I went to Boston and I asked Boston Swami Maharaj, your chairs are all wooden chair hard, you should give cushions. He told me, do you want to put my audience to sleep? If I give too comfort, they will sleep. We recently bought all these cushions, so that you can feel comfortable. That it is a science is understood from the subject described here. The whole thing is science, precision as regards what to do and how to do. Everything is mentioned here. Select a clean place for what? For this meditation. Provide for oneself steady seat. Then only the body can be steady, the mind can be steady. A shaky asana is no good. Another thing, please remember, meditation is only possible in the sitting posture, not lying down or standing. Why? If you lie down and you try to meditate, you will go to sleep. And if you stand and meditate, you have a balancing problem. Sitting, in the Brahma Sutra, Vyasa says, Ashino Shambhavat. Meditation is possible only in the sitting posture. But I went to a very rich person's home. They have a walking meditation. Do you know what is walking meditation? 100 rows of pine, one line, another 100 rows of pine, another 100 rows of pine. Very rich person. So she conducts meditation, she walks this way. There are 10 or 15 rows of pines, and each row 100 pine. Large row. They meditate this way. That is a walking meditation. I don't know. There is one guru, he used to teach what is called dynamic meditation. Meditation to dance. I do not know what kind of meditation is that. The seat should not be too high nor too low. Both are harmful for meditation. You may fall down or something might fall on you. All these are possible. Water may accumulate if you are in a pit-like place. 3 things are needed for the seat. First, an ordinary matting of grass that is for protection from dampness. Over that a deer skin, and over that a piece of soft cotton cloth. 3 things one by one. The lowest, as I said, one is cushion. The highest one is choila, cloth. What a beautiful detailed description is given by Krishna 3,000 years ago. Having thus prepared the seat, now you are experimental in the science of yoga. This is just the preparation for it, like setting up the scientific laboratory. Preparation. Preparation is the most important thing in a spiritual life. Look, to prepare a good dish, a gourmet food, how much work you do? You read the recipe, you buy the food, groceries, and then you prepare the food. Eating only within 5 minutes, the dish is gone. But perhaps you have spent 1 or 2 hours. Same thing in spiritual life, preparation is very important. That is the verse. Next, Tatrikagram manah kritva jato chittendriya kriya upavishyasane junjat yogatma vishuddhai. There, seated on that seat, making the mind one-pointed and subduing the action of the mind and the senses, let him or her practice yoga for the purification of the heart. Tatrikagram, tatra, in that seat, in that place, ekagram manah kritva, make the mind one-pointed. All knowledge comes through concentration. The difference between man and man, woman and woman is the difference of concentration. Some people's minds are not focused, not concentrated. How to make the mind concentrated? That Krishna is telling us. First learn who is taking your mind outside. Do you know who are taking your mind outside? Desires of the sense objects. They are alluring us, tempting us. So mind is running through the senses, 10 doors. First close all the doors. Navoddhari, not 10 doors. Navoddhari Puri Dehi, 9 doors of the body. Krishna said. By practicing spiritual discipline, what shall I gain? One-pointedness. When the mind becomes one-pointed, do you know what happens? It always moves toward God. Pure mind always moves towards God. It does not go to the world. If the mind goes toward the world, remember, your mind is impure. You have desire for enjoyment. Just learn how to purify yourself. When your clothes are dirty, what do? You put your clothes in the washer, you put detergent, within few minutes it is clean, then you put in the dryer, you have fresh clothes. So if your mind is dirty, your body is dirty, what do? You go to the shower, put soap, clean it, put on new clothes, you are fine. When your mind is impure, dirty, what do? That is the code. That Krishna is telling us. How to purify the mind. Abhyasa vairagyabhyam tanirudha. Krishna will going to tell us how to control, purify this restless mind. By repetition of practice and by non-attachment. There is no third way. These are the two ways you can purify the mind. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, Mon dhupa gharer kapur. The mind is just like the cloth of a washerman's house. He has many kinds of dye. If you want yellow, you will soak your cloth into yellow dye, red dye, blue dye. He has many kinds of dyes. The washerman, the dyers. So if you want a spiritual color, go to your guru. He will put your mind into the spiritual dye and you will take a spiritual color. If you want worldly color, go to a worldly place. They will dye your mind accordingly. Sri Ramakrishna gave another beautiful illustration about the mind. Mon jano shorishar putudi. A bag of mustard seed. The moment it drops from your hand, you will find that the mustard seed is scattered all over the floor. Then you pick up one after another, one after another, one after another. Very difficult to pick up scattered mustard seed. Innumerable mustard seed. Human mind is just like that. Scattered, all direction. So it has no strength, no power, no motion. Oh, my mind is weak. Do you know what does it mean? Mind is scattered. It is not focused. If mind is one-pointed, it has tremendous speed, tremendous velocity, tremendous strength and power. If clouds are scattered, powerless. But when the clouds are concentrated, it becomes tornado, it becomes hurricane. Tremendous power. Same thing, the yogis experimented these things. How to bring strength in the mind. Buddha, when he sat for meditation, what did he do? He took a vow. Yasane shishyati me shariram tvagasti mam sampralayan jatu apratpa bodhi bhukalpa durlavam vaivasanat kayamata sharishyati. That is a vow Buddha took before Nirvana. Let my body and bones and flesh fall apart in this seat. Yasane shishyatu me shariram tvagasti mam sampralayan. Let my soul, everything go and be destroyed. Aprapa bodhi bahukalpa durlavam, without attaining bodhi, wisdom, knowledge, illumination. Noivasanat kayamata sharishyate, I shall not move from this seat. Then he attained nirvana, bodhi. Washer and jar, the example I gave you, how to clean the mind. Japa, meditation, chanting God's name, studying the scriptures, having the company of the holy. These are the various kinds of detergents you can use for washing, for cleaning your mind. And then Pratyahara. Krishna, do you know what? Have you seen how when the queen bee goes, all bees goes to that direction? Similarly, human mind is just like the queen bee. Where the mind goes, all sense organs go to that mind. Follows the mind. Mind is the queen bee. Mind is the king of all the 10 senses of human beings. This human mind must be pure. Atma Vishuddha. Then divine manifests like fire hidden beneath the ashes. The fire is there, but the ashes don't allow you to see the fire. Remove the ashes, and the fire will become manifest. Here it is only a question of manifestation. Vedanta holds that you don't have to create the divine within. It is already there. Now further instruction is being given. How careful the teacher of this science is. What is scientific approach to the subject? Next, Krishna says, Samam kayo shiro grivam dharaya nachalam stira sampreksha nashikakram swam dishascha na avalokoyam. Let one firmly hold his or her body, head and neck erect and still, with the eyeballs fixed as if gazing at the tip of one's nose and not looking around. Swami Vivekananda mentioned in Raja Yoga, when you sit, some people sit like this, bent, some people sit like this. No. Sit in such a way that the body, upper body weight will be on your rib cage, on your ribs. Then you will be very relaxed. You know, some people say the chiropractors, they twisted the body and alignment. The yogis know how to align their bodies. They do not go to a chiropractor. How they sit straight, wash, is very, very important. Samam kayoshin, your body, head and neck erect and still. Achalam sthira. Sampreksha nashikagram. Did you see the Vaishnavas? How do they put the mark from here and up to this? They call it Rashokoli Tilak. It comes on the tip of the nose. Why? What is the significance of that? Means concentrate on the tip of the nose. That is the reason they put all those marks. Those marks have some deep meanings, you see. Those who are followers of Vishnu, they meditate on the tip of the nose. Those who are followers of Shiva, they meditate between the eyebrows. Not necessarily you will have to watch the nose. You know, sometimes I am watching the nose. That is not the meaning. Meaning is focusing. It is called akasha. Ardhanimilita netra. Eyes should be a little open. If it's completely closed, you may go to sleep. So you are concentrating. Akasha, the infinite. You are not meditating on your nose. You are meditating on God. I remember there was a Hollywood actor. He did not like his wife's nose. 3 times that woman had to have nose surgery, you know. Nose surgery. 3 times. That man died from cancer. What to do? 3 times nose surgery. I do not like to see my wife's nose, you know. So, because he has a lot of money and famous actor, everything is possible. Sri Ramakrishna had a deep problem when he was practicing Nirvikalpa Samadhi. The moment he might close his eyes, meditate, the Divine Mother appears. How to get rid of this? I could not go to that infinite formless Brahman because my mother is an obstacle. So he took the sword of knowledge and cut the Divine Mother. Then he marched into Samadhi. Before that, Totapuri came his guru. Well, I cannot go beyond the Divine Mother. Anytime I open my eyes, I see Mother, Mother. Then he took a broken piece of glass, Ramakrishna's guru, that Punjabi, that Nagam Shanaz monk. He took a broken piece of glass and pressed between the eyebrows. Concentrate here. He passed Sri Ramakrishna's saying between the eyebrows. And immediately concentrated there and merged into Samadhi. When Gandhiji used to go any place, it would, as a guide, whatever he will show, only that thing will see. His eyes does not move this way, that way. It is all training. That means that person's mind is well controlled. There on that seat, keep your body straight. The three parts of the body, either head and neck, must be straight and held steady. The entire spinal system should be straight and steady. Sitting in a bending posture is not proper. Therefore, this is emphasized a steady body. This is a sign of alertness. Absolutely steady, no movement at all. The mind is being concentrated on the Atman. In that state, the eyes will be absolutely steady. Shankara explains the words as if looking on the tip of the nose. The tip of the nose is not the subject of meditation. The subject is the Atman. So we got the instruction, our seat. We got the instruction, controlling the mind and the senses. And this is also a physical instructions, how we will sit and how we will look. Next. Prasannatma vigatebhi brahmachari brute sthitaha manasang yemma matchitto jukto asito matparaha. With the heart serene and fearless, firm in the view of a brahmachari or celibate, with the mind controlled and ever thinking of me, let him or her sit in yoga, having me as the supreme goal. Prasannatma, calm mind. You know, I have seen when I was visiting in the Sierra Mountain, Yosemite National Forest in Northern California. I have seen some lakes. I cannot tell you. So transparent. I have never seen such clean water in my life. Just melted snow, ice, and you perhaps several miles you can see below. In Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe is 1,600 feet deep. Very clean. Even you can, I think you can shave your face with, you don't need any mirror. In that water is so clean and transparent. You can see your face. Mind should be like that. Clean. But Swami, why are you talking about clean mind? Do you know what is talking about clean mind? In that through that clean mind you can see yourself. Atma, God. The whole problem is in the mind. Mind is dirty, full of desires and doubts. That is the more desires and doubts you have, the more the mind is very unclean. Suspicious mind. Doubtful mind. Those are all disease of human mind. Vigatavi. V means bhaya, fear. Human mind, we have always fear. All people live in fear. Fear of death, fear of losing money, fear of losing beauty, fear of all the time, fear, uncertainty. No, then you cannot be a yogi, you cannot practice yoga. You must be fearless. Na vibhiti kadachana na vibhiti putasya. Upanishad tells us the person who experiences the Atman is not afraid of anybody. He is not afraid of anything in this world. Brahmachari brate sthita. Brahmachari brata. Guru Shushruja, serving the Guru, practicing celibacy, living on alms. I was interviewing a Swami in Banaras in 1977, who was a disciple of Swami Brahmananda. I asked him, could you tell me what kind of instruction you got from Swami Brahmananda? He told me, my Guru told me, don't practice too many spiritual disciplines, you will be confused. Practice two things, that will be enough for you. Shatta, Brahmacharya. Practice the truth and have self-control. He was a monk, so he gave that instruction. You know, Mahatma Gandhi also followed these two things. Ahimsa and Sattva. These are the two things Mahatma Gandhi practiced in his life. Non-violence and truthfulness. Mahatma Gandhi says, some people say Gandhi Bad, that is the doctrine of Gandhi. It is not my doctrine. It is the eternal principle. Ahimsa. I shall not do any harm to anybody. And Sattva, truthfulness. Truthfulness, Sri Ramakrishna says, Shottagata Kolir Taposya. Truthfulness is the austerity of this Kali Yuga, in this age. Be truthful. Keep your words. That will enhance your integrity, your character. Guru Seva. Holy Mother was telling one of her attendants, serve me. When I shall pass away, at that time you will remember me. Sometimes Guru asks the disciples and take their service so that they can remember their Guru. This is just various kinds of ways to keep the mind in God. Mana sangyema mat chitta yukta asito mat para. Mat para. Mat chitta mat para. Do you know what does the Upanishad say? Esha issa paramagatihi. Esha issa paramasambhat. Esha issa paramalokaha. Esha issa paramananda. Etasyaivananda istanyani bhutani matra upajivanti. What a beautiful mantra in Vedanta Upanishad. Esha issa paramagatihi. This Atman, your indwelling self, is the goal. Supreme goal. Paramasampa, supreme wealth. Paramaloka, supreme abode. Paramananda, supreme bliss. Having this bliss, a particle of that infinite Brahmananda, all these people are excited in this world. If the joy which we get in the world, this joy comes from Brahman. But very little, particle of that bliss. Krishna says, Matpara, Matchittu, Matpara. You fix your mind in me. I am that Brahman. Matpara. Focus everything toward me. Do you know what will happen? Then you will be connected with the perennial flow of bliss in your mind. Holy Mother used to say, Sri Ramakrishna put a picture of bliss inside my mind. I do not know what misery is. That will happen to your life. If an undercurrent of bliss will flow, continually flow, if you practice meditation, if you know how to connect yourself with that perennial source, eternal fountain of bliss, that Krishna is talking about, Mata. Here is a difference between Patanjali and Bhagavad Gita. Yukta. Yukta means the person who is connected with God. Here. Patanjali says Yukta means yogi. Do you know how to do it? You will understand what I mean. Krishna is going to tell us what is the goal, what kind of result I shall get from meditation. Shantim nirvana paramam matsam sthamo adhigachyati. Shantim, peace. Nirvana, paramo nirvana. That was supreme liberation. From peace of liberation you will get. How? If you fix your mind in me. Patanjali says, no, that is not my way. My interpretation of Ishvara Pranidha. Patanjali says, Kriya Yoga. Tapa, Shraddhaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani, Kriya Yoga. Tapa means tapasya, austerity. Practicing spiritual disciplines. Yoga. Shraddhaya, standing, repeating the mantra. And Ishvara Pranidhanani, we translate devotion to God. Or concentrating on God. Fixing your Pranidhan mane, surrendering yourself to God. These are the three ways we interpret. Patanjali's interpretation is a little different. Pranidhan, Ishvara Pranidhan means offering actions to God. Not Patanjali's concentration is, do you know what is Patanjali? His concentration is divorce from Purusha and Prakriti. You are the Purusha. I am the Purusha. That is Patanjali's focus. Not God. You use God, it is secondary. But main focus is how to chop up Prakriti. Remove the nature from yourself and make yourself one with Purusha. That is Patanjali. Some Vedantis define yogi. It is the union between individual self and the cosmic self, Atma and Brahman. That is yoga. According to Vishnu Purana, that you must create a vritti, thought, so that it can continually flow towards God. That is yoga. One with a tranquil mind, then be fearless. We are going to achieve that state of fearlessness. As a creature in the world, we are subject to fear from animals, insects, birds, and other human beings. All are subject to fear. But here we are going to achieve the state of fearlessness. In no other way can we achieve fearlessness except by spiritual realization. Sri Krishna is the goal of all this struggle that human beings are undergoing. Krishna is called Yogeshwara, the Lord of Yoga. We are in search of Yogeshwara through yoga. In the last verse of the last chapter of the Gita, you will get this word Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, where there is Sri Krishna as the master of yoga. All the struggle is only for that, to become one with the divine. That is the great achievement. And that makes you one with all. Because the divine is in all beings. This is the individual realizing its universality, here and now, in this very body. I shall stop here today. In my next Gita club lecture, it will be on the result of yoga. What shall I achieve by practicing yoga? You, Krishna, you gave me instructions. What shall I get? You see, human beings are always seeking result. What shall I get? I shall work for you. What will you give to me? We are always seeking result. What shall I get? So if I practice meditation and spiritual disciplines, what shall I achieve? That Krishna will tell us. Next, he will tell us another important thing in our life about food, about rest, about action. If you want to be a yogi, these are the instructions you must follow. That we shall start in our next class.